Everything I spit rare, we sounded that great. Area podcast, they talk about hip hop all the way in the UK, so they gon' get props. Ooh, let me catch it once again.
Starting out strong. R.I.P. to Irv Gotti. I'm not sure. I pressed the wrong button. I'm not sure what Irv Gotti passed from, but he is a legend in the hip hop scene. Sean, do your journalism. Tell us a little bit about Irv Gotti.
Edit the fuck out of that. There we go. No, we all know who Irv Gotti is, don't we? Murder Inc.
Yeah.
Ja Rule, Ashanti.
I might just edit that in. Just Sean's little brief. Murder Inc. Ja Rule, Ashanti. That's enough.
Well, look, if you don't know who Irv Gotti is, I don't know why you listen to a hip hop podcast. Do you know what I mean? So,
damn, you gonna do him like that, puppy?
Yeah.
I don't know if the young generation would know him like that.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe they get to know.
Yeah. Well,
damn.
You've come with some.
I'm playing tonight.
Okay, so if you don't know now, you know. All right, we're going to go into the events and news because I guess that's an interesting place to start. We haven't actually spoken about the big thing, which is Kendrick Lamar, the Grammys, the Super Bowl, the Timothée Chalamet interviews. So who's got an interesting place to start this off? Because I know we've all spoken about it, like, you know, in the group chat, but we have to talk about it here, or else what's the point in being here?
My thing's more to do with the Apple interview. Like that's sort of stayed with me ever since. As far as the performance, it's what we come to expect from Kendrick. It was artful, purposeful, against the grain. I know it wasn't what the masses want from a Super Bowl halftime show, but I think certainly for fans and the culture with what happened over the last year or so, I think it was a sort of cap off of what happened with that feud, and we at least enjoyed it. I thought the Grammys is, you know how I feel about awards. Don't really care about the Grammys thing, but the interview was the one that stuck with me because.
Did you watch both of them?
I watched both. Yeah. I enjoyed the one with Timothée Chalamet because it just felt like two normal people talking, and he seems like a cool guy as well. The Apple one just made me realize something, which is I don't think we have a media personality anymore willing to ask the tough questions. Is what I was thinking. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't expect it from an Apple interview per se, but it just made me realize, like, I don't think there's anyone out there willing to. You know how like 10 years ago, Charlemagne would do that on the Breakfast Club, or you might get Joe Budden on Everyday Struggle.
He got caught slipping. That's why when it gets real, when you go from talking shit on the radio, much like us talking shit on a podcast, if we got caught slipping in real life, suddenly you'd be like, maybe I should think about what I'm saying on these platforms. Do you know what I mean? Like Charlemagne got caught slipping in the street, and ever since then he's been a different guy. Like he tried to play it down, but he's not been the same. And as for Ebro was never that investigative journalist asking the hard questions. He just used to troll people he didn't like, and then those people stopped showing up, and then that's why their show died, because it's like people they didn't like they would clown on, and people they did like they just bum lick for an hour or however long those interviews were.
Yeah, I think those people that you're talking about, Sean, are out there, but I think the celebrities are smart enough to not go to see them or do interviews because of the very thing you're saying. I think if the celebrity was to go and talk to them, then they will ask those hard hitting questions. But yeah, I do agree though. No mainstream or really big popular ones they're not really there no more because everyone wants to be PC. But like I can think of a few that will kind of ask those questions. Like what's his face? Joe
Budden would, but Joe Budden doesn't care.
Joe definitely would.
In a podcast setting,
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, in a podcast setting for sure. And people are saying all kinds of stuff on podcasts, and I mean, I can't really speak for the stream game. I guess, do you know what it is? It's more, again, I know, like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't expecting it, but I think there's other aspects to what's happened over the last year that I'm more interested in now, rather than just like glazing. Do you know what I mean? And I'm a big Kendrick fan and that, and don't get me wrong, that there's a lot worth celebrating and whatnot, but there's other aspects to it, right? I want to know about that. Like, I want to know as a father, reflect on
There we go.
Meet the Grahams. Like, how do you feel about that one? Did you
Exactly.
go too far? Do you know what I mean? Who's going to ask that question in today's
But is it one of
landscape?
those ones where before Kendrick even agreed to do the interview, he kind of already knows what they're going to ask? Because you were saying, I don't know if it was last year or like maybe the year before, that no one does interviews anymore. And I think that's because we're at that stage now where these people are like big institutions to protect.
Yeah.
So if you offend them, then you're losing one of your income streams, which is getting the draw of, oh, Kendrick's going to come on and do an interview, because he doesn't do them anymore.
Yeah. I guess it just hit me like I was watching. I was watching the like, clips from the Grammys as well, and I'm seeing the videos of all people singing along to "Not Like Us" and all this sort of stuff. And I'm thinking, half of you either collaborated with Drake or did business with that man, and suddenly you've just you've flipped. I don't even know if like these people actually know what they're rapping or singing. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they actually even get what's going on.
Nah.
And then like these lyrics about flipping predators and all this sort of stuff, and it's like, really, we're in Hollywood. Like half this room have probably been involved in this activity. Do you know what I mean? It was all a bit like I guess I'm in quite a cynical place at the minute, but I was just like, I'm a bit bored. Personally, I'm a bit bored of like this whole narrative of like good versus evil, rap holy war.
Yeah.
Kendrick's the this saint that saved hip hop. It's like, no, come on, let's actually remember what happened. We went to some dark places. Let's maybe get into that without like pointing the finger at Kendrick or being biased. I'm talking about like fair questions. That's all. That's what I took from it. It was just like I didn't learn much from it all. Do you know what I mean? Like Kendrick's been winning Grammys. It was like, other than the performance, I wasn't like that.
So there's questions that need to be asked that go unanswered, and you feel like Kendrick should be addressing these issues, but because he hasn't been asked these questions, he doesn't have to, is what you're basically saying.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I think.
The thing is, I think he's been asked these questions, but I think it's behind closed doors.
Yeah.
I think we feel it's not for us to hear, because I think it goes against his brand. And I feel like with those kind of questions that you want, I feel like only a few artists or celebrities can pull it off, like with full transparency and make it work for them. I don't think Kendrick's one of those. I think him doing what he did in the battle kind of highlights some some kind of flaws in his artistry in terms of kind of what you stand for. Because I feel like both guys lost in some way. Obviously, Kendrick won the whole thing, but I feel like he kind of felt a bit kind of contradictory a bit with his way of winning. I feel like he did a few cheap shots, and it was a bit tasteless at times and dark. So yeah, I just feel like he's not someone that he can be transparent and make it work. Like, for example, someone like Kevin Hart can be transparent and make a joke out of it and make it funny and stuff like that. I think even someone like Wiz Khalifa is he's very just open and just kind of like carefree with what he says and how he feels, and he can kind of make it work to his brand. But I feel like Kendrick's got a very mystique and like side to him that you don't really know. Like, well, clearly we don't, because none of us predicted Meet the Grahams or Not Like Us or any of those disses, because you don't know what's going on inside his head. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's very calculated, and I don't think he's ready to let people in.
Without hearing from Kendrick in this regard, Mr. Morale, very personal album. Obviously, his first album coming out of the pandemic, and he's like, oh yeah, okay, you've been going through some stuff. You're really troubled. Oh, that's nice. That's relatable. Then he comes out, and the next thing he does is all this stuff. I'm like, this is a bit. Do you know what I mean? This is a bit much. But it's worked in his favor. We can't deny it's not worked in his. Without all this going on, he wouldn't have been in the Grammys, because he wouldn't have a song in the running, or wouldn't have any projects in the running for it. And as well as that, he probably wouldn't have got the Super Bowl. I don't know who was.
Oh no, he wouldn't have got the Super Bowl. That's just it's just fact. Without this whole like the momentum from the beef, he wouldn't have got the Super Bowl. It's still. The thing is, it's still wild to me that he won a Grammy for a diss track, but it's just because it was a catchy bop that, like you were saying before, Sean, there's so many people that are here, like, obviously singing along to it, but I don't actually think they understand what he's actually saying in the song.
Trust me,
mad.
Yeah.
It's mad that people are like going A minor, but you're actually rapping along to someone talking about someone who's like
in Hollywood
potentially,
as well.
traffic. Yeah, but talking about sex trafficking and a like paedophile, it's crazy that everyone is like singing along to it. You don't realize what this man is actually saying. It's
People know
just
though.
mad.
People
get
know
me-
now.
I don't know if they
Everybody
do
knows.
though. I don't know if they do because because it's just wild. It is wild.
I think the average person doesn't know, but I think anybody who's online a little bit and has heard the song and the bit and the quotables, at some point their algorithm has fed them up the reason why this song is what it is and all this kind of stuff. And I just don't think they care. It's the song's so catchy. I never liked it. I said this from the jump. I never liked it. Like I just was like, I don't really like this song.
But what is it with catchy songs that we disregard the message? There's so many catchy songs that are somewhat inappropriate, but it does something to people that they just like, fuck it, I'm gonna sing along to this.
I think people are hearing it rather than listening to it, right? The beat is catchy, the flow he's using is catchy. There's that lovely A minor. People like stuff like that. It's just lots of moments strung together that feel really good. If people listen to the song on a deeper level, they might go, "Oh dear," do you know what I mean? Like maybe I shouldn't be singing this, but they make their choices. It's like what you said a couple months ago, where you said, you might like a song, but you're not going to catch yourself singing them lyrics. People are singing them lyrics.
Guys, I feel like Kendrick is saying it so clearly though. He's like, it's like you can't rap about this stuff any clearer than the way he's doing it in this. That line, certified pedophiles. Surely you could pause the track and be like, oh, this is what I'm listening to right now.
But I just think people are ignorant though. I really do. I know what you mean. I know what you're saying. He is as clear as day what he's saying. But I think people literally just listen to the dun, 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 and just choose to ignore like the glaring like lyrics that are on there. It's even the whole thing when he's like talking about him being a colonizer, like that, like taking.
I don't think people even listen that far into the song.
No, it's true.
Personally, they get a couple choruses and skip to the next one on the playlist. Yeah, I don't think that one's hitting them at all. But I know I'm starting on a cynical note, but I'm looking around, like I say, the video, looking around that room, seeing a lot of these artists that I know have, collaborated with Drake or people that have done business with him. And look, don't get me wrong, this is not me supporting Drake in any way, shape or form, but it's just like, it just made me think this industry is so fickle, man. It's so fickle. Like, could you have even predicted this time last year that this sort of thing would happen? Like, say one of us come on the podcast and was like, we're doing our most anticipated for 2024, and someone says, yeah, I think Kendrick's gonna like call out Cole and Drake, and then it's gonna pan out this way, and then a year later it's the Grammys. All this. No one would have predicted this. Drake was like the industry darling. I know, like it's quite clear he pissed off a lot of other artists within the culture along the way with the stuff with people's girlfriends and the way he was moving in that. But just like the wider industry, the sort of the mainstream, the pop world, he was their darling for a long time. And then within the space of less than a year, it's like everyone's singing along to a song calling him and his crew, that word. So
they were waiting for him to
madness.
Get off the top, and this was the best opportunity.
Facts.
Crazy, man.
Definitely.
Best thing Kendrick can do after this tour is dip. Because the longer he stays around, the more likely it will happen to him.
But it's the spotlight question, and I know Neil doesn't like the idea of there being one spotlight, but in this case, everybody was, well, maybe a couple of weeks ago, everyone was talking about Kendrick and this Super Bowl performance, whether they loved it and they understood the message or they hated it and they just wanted to have a good time in the Super Bowl halftime like they used to. I think the spotlight is very much on Kendrick, and unfortunately, I don't think what Drake's doing to try get the spotlight back is working. Like the wireless announcement didn't go as planned because everyone's just a bit like, why? And then second of all, he's been outshone by Vybz Kartel. Everybody's more excited. Everybody's going on Sundays going to see Vybz Kartel. They are not going to see Drake. The other days it's a toss-up because on the Saturday, you know who you're going to get to see. You're going to get to see all the UK goats. You're definitely seeing Gigs. You're definitely seeing Skepta. You're probably going to get a J Hus. A lot of other people are going to come out and feature throughout that whole day because he's got the whole main stage. But I don't know if Drake lost anything much from this battle other than the hip-hop heads' respect because people are still listening to the new project.
I feel like he's still got his spot. I don't feel like he's been he's lost anything in terms of listeners and sales. I just feel like now he's sharing that stage or that kind of space with Kendrick now. Kendrick's now up there taking a lot of streams and attention, but I feel like it doesn't take too much away from him. I think if anything, it puts more not puts pressure, but puts more notice on him. Anything he drops, everyone's kind of focused. Oh, what does this sound like? Is this good? Is this bad? Do you know what I mean? I think people are hyper focused, if anything, on Drake. So I think it like there's kind of like a good and bad that comes with losing this rap battle. But I think to add to the Wireless, I think at first I was thinking, oh, it's a bit of a weak move and for him to be on the 3 days. But I think it's actually pretty sick because it's Boys Better Know's anniversary as well as Wireless anniversary. It's also Cartel's first big festival in the UK. I mean, Drake's winning off that. Like you're saying, everyone's had to see Cartel, but that's still going to see Drake as well. Do you know what I mean? So I think he's winning. Like, how many people can share this stage with Cartel? Like, every artist want to be with Vibes Cartel right now.
I feel like he might face a tough audience though. I can't lie.
That's the problem. The Cartel audience does not care about Drake.
Because Cartel fans there that aren't Drake fans, and there'll be Boy Better Know fans there that aren't Drake fans as well.
I'll be honest as well. I really think the Sunday, the Vibes Cartel Day, might get shut down if they don't do security properly. Just because of how
100%.
Wireless has gone.
100%.
Wireless is always getting ran. I see so many people's stories. Yeah, these are law-abiding citizens that rush the gates at Wireless. They probably had a ticket, but the barriers have fallen down. They're running in there, and no one's stopping them. The what's it called? The force of the masses outweighs the security time and time again at these festivals.
Pandemonium. Do
you think though? Sorry, not to make it too much about. I know we're sort of veering off, like, but with Drake, I feel like he's still very popular over here. I mean, he's popular everywhere, but I feel like Drake's relationship with the UK audience is different to America's. I feel like there's been more the whole rhetoric of like Drake's a culture vulture, he like rides waves and this and that has always been more prevalent out there. I think we've always liked that he's embraced the UK.
We celebrate it,
you know, and has put on quite a few artists, and we don't really view him as that same. Do you know? When I say we, I'm talking more generally. So like for him to come over here and do Wireless, I think especially with like, you know, the artists you mentioned and whatnot, I think it's a good move probably, because I don't think people over here generally care as much about that beef as they do over in the States.
It's like I was saying, Canada culture is very close to UK culture. The slang's very similar. You know, when Drake was coming over here, he was like, oh, I'm a fan of this, I know about this, I know about that. Like, he was almost like looking at our culture and enjoying it, as opposed to where I feel like in the US, they feel like they had something taken from them. In our regard, we were like, wow, someone's actually interested in what we're doing type thing. So it was one of those like, oh, that's a good look type thing. But to kind of like bring it back full circle to like what people care about versus what they don't care about. I know we personally don't care about the Grammys, or the majority of us don't care about the Grammys, but the fact that he won so many Grammys for this, and Drake kind of predicted it when he said, yo, Kendrick just opened his mouth, someone come bring him a Grammy right now. Does that feel like Drake kind of knew how this was going to pan out, and then, you know, it did go that way, or is it one of those ones where it's just like a lucky guess?
I think lucky guess.
Yeah, I'd say like that was. I mean, the way Kendrick is, you know, that line hit so well because it kind of makes sense. You know, if Kendrick's nominated at the Grammys, he's gonna pick up some awards. He is a critic's favorite and whatnot. But I think on the other side of it, I think Kendrick went to deeper, darker places, and perhaps Drake and his team thought he ever would. It escalated pretty hard, didn't it? To drop that track 20 minutes after his, and, you know, don't think anyone could have predicted that. But
it's scary thinking about it, you know.
Oh no, it's savagery. That
was the red button.
It'll probably go down in history as the most like non-replay value track ever. Like, you can't play that song, get that.
I've never been able to get it out of my head either. Like, whenever throughout this whole thing, any like announcement related, I mean, other than GNX, I got sort of swept up in that, but everything else is like, I'm not. I think we said it back on that episode as well when we were first talking about the beef. I don't see Kendrick in the same way anymore.
No, he's not a hero. He tarnished that whole Messiah.
No, he's like an anti-hero. Like, deep down might be a villain. The way you're producing a track like that, honestly.
Do you know what he's like? He's like Batman that tried to kill Superman. That's what he's like. He's like, bro, you're hating, bro. You're jealous.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't got no powers. You had to go soup up with mustard and then man there to try and take me down. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's
to be
Kendrick
fair,
right now.
it'll be interesting to see what happens over this year. Obviously, Drake has dropped his album to a lukewarm reception from us, but people are playing it. People are liking that song.
Who is though?
Yeah, but I know I don't see this. I really don't see who's playing that album.
People are loving Nokia. People are liking that song. Give Me a Hug.
No,
Like, people are liking these
Give me a
songs.
hug, man.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's alright. I actually like those 2 tracks, but I don't listen to them.
It's just the second half of Give Me a Hug. Give me the first bit. I'm actually really liking that, but the second bit, I'm just like, nah, you've just lost me completely. But that's just me. That's me personally. It's not to say it's like bad. Well, I don't know. It's mediocre, maybe.
He's allowed to have fun, though.
Of course, he's allowed to. No, of course, he's allowed to have fun, but there's just a way to have fun. And just I
feel like Sean has something to say. The way you looked up.
I don't want to know how Drizzy Drake has fun.
Oh Lord!
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, I was just saying. I think this year will be interesting. Obviously, Kendrick's got his tour. Drake has got whatever he's got going on. To kind of touch a little bit on what happened last year or earlier this year, but also obviously feeds into last year. Mobos and the Brits happening. Was it Sunday they happened, Neil?
Yeah, I think it was this weekend just gone.
Mad.
The Brits.
Weird. Yeah, Mobos versus the Brits. Is the Mobos more important than the Brits? I would have thrown a spanner in the works. I think before the GRM Awards had their issues with security and safety, the GRM Awards was taking the spot of both these places. They were more culturally relevant, they allowed more freedom, and they had more of a vibe. I think the Mobos is becoming a little bit like old-timey. Like
it feels tacky.
It's not giving the awards to the right people. And as for the Brits is so out of touch, it's becoming almost a joke for me.
Isn't the Brits like mass voted, though?
I don't know how much that sways the vote, but what I do know is they're giving awards to nobody for nothing. Like I don't know none of these people.
I didn't even know the Brits were on until this morning.
That's how mad it is. I didn't even know that it was on. Like it was only until who mentioned it in the group, and they were like, "What? The Brits was on?" Neil did. I didn't even clock. That's how bad it's got.
Yeah.
Also, did Stormzy drop last year?
He only that one song, that Chasing Status song,
and he won best what? Did he win at the Brits?
And grime.
That's how you show. That's how you know it's out of touch,
grime.
Man.
That's I mean, he was doing hip hop and grime, but the song is not hip hop and grime.
It makes no sense because I don't know all the nominees, but just Cinch and Gets Alone should have been the only 2 up there, really.
Yeah.
From what they've done, so I don't really know what they're talking about. The Brits.
How did Stormzy win?
That's crazy. Stormzy to win that on a flipping drum and bass track. Like we're talking Chasing Status here. That's mad.
Is it that one?
Yeah.
I think
that's ridiculous.
And Little Simz was there as well. Like
that is actually crazy.
I'm putting awards and winners to the side. Even the performances are a bit shit. Ezra Collective is not somebody that I'm running to see, and I'm pretty sure the masses aren't running to see it. I like Ezra Collective. I like some of their music, but they're not a big act. And realistically, it's a bit like, why are they performing next to someone who's arguably a global superstar, Sabrina Carpenter? It's like, can they not get the big names in anymore? Is that what's happening? Like to the Brits?
Do you know what I'm thinking? Was the Brits always kind of like this, or is it just?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it used to be a staple. Yeah, no, Brits used to be bigger than.
I used to love it growing up, but then I'm thinking to myself, was it? I don't know. Was I just in a different?
No, I don't think so, Sean.
It was better, yeah.
It was better. I remember
being a thing to look forward to. I remember classic moments as well. Remember when Madonna fell off?
Oh man, that is deep. No, I was in tears when that happened, man. Yeah. When they pulled the thing and she just dropped. My god.
Oh,
that was hilarious.
That's my second favorite. just like fucked up thing going on at an awards performance. The best one was Miguel. I can't remember what awards it was.
Oh shit! When he fucking
Rock
dived in that chick's head.
Yeah.
Yo, that was mad. That was mad.
He, like,
That
kicked
was
one,
mad. To this
another one,
day.
like, got caught in his leg. Like her neck got caught in the. Oh, it was.
And you see her go down as well. Like you see her just like a muppet.
Yeah,
just,
she was in a bad way.
and just
It's the fact
drops
he
out.
carried on singing and going. He did.
Yeah, and he's just.
But it's like he did the Hogan leg drop, and
Bro.
she just dropped like a sack of potatoes,
Bro.
Oh, it was
and he
bad.
carried on singing.
And wasn't he singing Adorn?
Yeah.
Adorn. That's
Yeah, like cowboy
comes
boots
back
on or
up,
something.
though. For those that wonder what we're talking about, just type in Miguel dropkick award ceremony. You'll see it.
Yo.
He lands on her head and neck and sandwiches it between that sharp corner of the stage. Yeah, she goes down, definitely concussed. But she comes back up and is singing it a little bit. But she weren't too bad.
No, that was hilarious, man. Oh my
all
god.
people.
I might watch that after.
But yeah, keeping it versus Mobos versus Brits. I'm looking at the Mobo winners for this year, and they seem a lot more on the pulse. Obviously, it's music of black origin, which is a bit more biased towards what we're talking about. But it seems a lot more on the pulse than the Brits do. The Brits are kind of just like a copycat of the Grammys, but with the artists they could kind of guess would show up. Like Charlie XCX is having a big moment, but also it's a bit like. Is that what we're saying is the best music at the moment? Is people, are you bumping that? You put my tongue in that.
Do you know what I think as well? I think we're very I feel like we're very split up as consumers. I feel like many years ago we was kind of listening to similar pools of music, whereas I feel like now as music is the way we consume is so different now. It's not centered around radio and like MTV bass and music videos. I feel like we all kind of have our own little niches and worlds that we kind of go into when we consume music. So as a collective, I don't know, it feels a bit harder to have these stars or these big moments at award shows. Cause I don't know, cause I feel like you mentioned Madonna and all that, I feel like back in the day, we would all have been watching MTV and we might see her come on at least once or twice every 2 hours. Do you know what I'm saying? Or radio stations that was doing the rotations of songs. You hear certain artists come through over and over again. Whereas now we don't tune into the same stations all the time. We go on our DSPs and listen to what we want to listen to. No one tells us we must listen to this, unless you listen to the Great Area podcast. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's probably why maybe the Brit Awards or award shows don't really hit the same like they used to.
That's a good point.
I still can't get over Stormzy winning this award, because I had to look up the nominations. I'm sorry, I'm so disgusted. You've got Central C, Dave's, Gets, and Little Simz, and you're telling me Stormzy is won over with a flipping drum and bass track.
Name they've heard.
That is just
That name
what
they've
the-
heard.
I'm sorry, that is so disrespectful.
Also,
man.
did Dave drop last
It's
year?
ridiculous.
No, he didn't.
Sort of, yeah,
No,
sort
he
of,
didn't. But Dave would
between
still
all the
do enough
features,
to.
He's
beat
about.
Stormzy.
I'm gonna be real. I think a white person did that vote. Like I'm being really honest because that's not tapped in at
No,
all.
it's not. It's not. It's actually ridiculous. I'm actually flabbergasted. Like, that is just so disrespectful. He drops a flipping drum and bass track, and you're telling me that wins it over. No, that's mad.
Gets had
That's
a whole
mad.
album roll out,
That's mad.
and the other album as well.
Two rollouts.
Ridiculous.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the Mobos is doing what it needs to do, but it's also kind of boxed in where the Brits isn't boxed in. The Brits is going for a bigger audience, and unfortunately, I think that bigger audience just doesn't exist anymore. Like, I've heard of all these artists, but I haven't listened to any of their music per se. And it's just a bit like, oh, Jack Whitehall's hosting it. I was like, what does Jack Whitehall even do now? Is he still going around the world with his dad? Is he doing bad education? I don't know what he does anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's not. I'm not saying these people are like Z-list or anything like that, but it's just I feel like that crowd is probably full of influencers. That crowd is probably full of influencers more so than musicians. And I think most musicians, if they got invited to the Brits, probably wouldn't go. Like I'm sure Central C was there, but that's probably because he knew he was winning what he was winning. Like he won Best Male Act. But that's kind of like a shoe-in. But he's just going there because like he kind of has to. I'm pretty sure after he collected that award, he dipped.
It sounds like at the very least it needs a revamp. and a change to the voting structure to become more reflective.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it's so difficult for some of these awards ceremonies to do this. I know a bit from the industry I work in that there's been massive issues and it eventually leads to a shake-up. But I don't know how it gets. How difficult can it be to have people within voting groups for a specific genre that represent and embody said genre and are able to form a general sort of accurate reflection of said genre. I mean, it baffles
the thing I don't understand is why was he even nominated?
Because it's a name people know. But I remember there used to be a time, where you used to see the Grammys, the Emmys, the Mobos, Brits, whatever, and go, oh, I've never heard of that song or that artist. I'm going to check that out. And you go check it out and you go, I can see why this might have won, or I can see why this might be good. But it's meant to draw you to it. Nowadays, it's like, well, I've already heard and ignored this thing because I didn't like it, but it's winning all the awards. I'm like, that's not how this should work. There's no artistic integrity anymore.
Mercury Prize still does that, though.
Well, that's a different whole... that's up there with what's that one that you get Pulitzer Prize and the other one for peace and all that kind of stuff. So Nobel Peace Prize, all that stuff. So I think why are you laughing?
No, I feel like they're just like completely different worlds, but I hear it as well.
There's a bit more kind of ratifying going on behind it, or whatever that right word is. But if I'm honest, I think award ceremonies in a short answer have lost their current kind of sting. The GRM Awards was doing well, but then it got snubbed because of I think someone got stabbed there or something like that. I think something really bad happened. I think something bad happened at one of the most recent ones. But I would like to see award ceremonies come back. Like for some people, they always want to watch the Grammys or the Oscars or whatever else. But for me, I'm not saying young as in like I'm young, but as a younger person, they hold zero for me, like absolutely zero.
I think Oscars is the one that I think I might still always kind of like have my ear to a little bit. And sometimes
a film that I'd never heard of until yesterday won every Oscar in the world.
I disconnected from Oscars.
But you know, like certain films that you might have watched, you're like, I want to see how they do. So I think sometimes it depends on like what gets released that year. I wouldn't tune in every single year, but certain things I might be like, I really love this project from this artist or this company. I want to see how it does. So maybe like someone like, for example, everyone kept saying, Leonardo DiCaprio hasn't won his Oscar. Is he going to win it now? Like, do you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it might be one of those things as well.
I predicted a wicked. I know we're kind of outside of music here, but I predicted a wicked run for the Oscars. They didn't win absolutely jack shit worth winning. June didn't win anything out.
I know. I'm so mad that June didn't win anything, boy.
Wait,
the thing is, if you understand,
I'm so angry.
Best sound design and best VFX or something like that.
The thing is, though, if you understand how the Oscars works and how the voting system is and whatnot, you'll understand like most award ceremonies is very political. Like, I didn't say it because I was actually torn. My prediction for the Oscar about 3 months ago. This is the thing. 3 months ago, I predicted it would either be Anora for Best Picture or The Brutalist because politically it was going that way. Do you know what I mean? So if you understand the history of the Oscars and that, you'll know that it's. Every now and then you get one like when Parasite won, you're like, okay, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
I know it's art and it's subjective, but at the same time, it's like I'm cool with that being the best film. It's very rare though, very rare. But the Oscar still has. I agree with Neil. There's this real prestige to it. I know people that were up watching it all night. That people love the Oscars, and it's the same with the Grammys to an extent as well. The Grammys still has that prestige. It's a big deal when Beyonce finally gets that best album thing. It's a big deal when Kendrick wins. Whatever, how many 5 Grammys and all that. So there's still, I don't want to discredit it too much, but at the same time, they're very political. I feel like
it's never for the work that we want it to be for, though. Beyonce's album, I haven't listened to that one. It's apparently a country album. And, to bring it back to Leonardo DiCaprio, that film where he ate the bear, that is not his best film. You know what I mean? His best film in those years was Wolf of Wall Street. That film was fantastic.
Again, Oscars voters, they love it when people either do really physical performances, when they pretend to be something they're not, or there's another one that I've forgotten. But that's the two things. You do something really physical, or like not. I'm not trying to be crass, and I know times have changed a little bit. But look, if you look back over it, someone plays someone that's blind or disabled or something like that. Give them an Oscar, even though they're not actually from that community. We'll give them one because they, could do that.
I see.
And Leo would, out there freezing his ass off, fighting with 3 men in a bear suit or whatever it was.
That
and they
film
loved
was
it.
good. That film was good, but it
is a
weren't
good
no
film, yeah,
Wolf
yeah.
of Wall Street. You know what I mean? It weren't Catch Me If You Can, all that kind of good stuff that he's done over the years. So it's interesting to see, and obviously we'll be here for the long haul to see what's going on. But for now, the Mobos, if we're going to rank the award ceremonies, the Mobos are the only people that are in touch. The Brits are way out of touch. The Grammys are trying to stay in the right vein, but they're getting caught up in hype and bullshit, which is a bit annoying for me, to be honest.
Yeah,
Awards, man.
Oh well. Anyway,
The only awards that matter are the grey area awards.
jeez, come on
100%.
now, I've got to plug that.
area.
Go listen to 4 years worth of that. We give out the awards that matter, even though people comment and go, "What about this person? What about that person?" Start your own fucking podcast and give out your own awards.
Oh,
That's
let me
nice
just
to
quickly say though, congrats to Bashi. He got best album at the
Yes,
Mobos. Well
yes,
deserved.
yes.
Finally, someone gave it props.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yes.
All right, let's get on to some projects for this month of February.
Let's do it.
Larry June, 2
Oh,
Chainz, Alchemist,
that album
Life is
is-
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Oh, that album is superb, man.
Amazing.
I'm putting this out there. This is my album of the year. It's gonna take a lot to top
Oh,
it.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all, man.
It
This
is
album
hitting
is
every part of what I
incredible.
want a rap album to hit.
Oh,
It's speaking to me. It's
Jesus.
speaking to my daily life. It's not offensive. It's not too experimental. It's just good.
It's just
If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it.
Yeah.
and 2 Chainz rapping the way 2 Chainz is rapping. Boy, I did not expect that. Boy,
2
I'm
Chainz,
telling you, honestly.
MVP.
2 Chainz has always been a good rapper,
God.
right? But the problem is he got caught up in some bullshit of just trying to say the most outlandish shit he could to shock you. But 2 Chainz has been a good rapper for a long
But
time.
no, it works on this album. Though. Like,
yeah.
the outlandish lines are just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's most improved.
I wouldn't say that because he had Pretty Girls Love Trap Music and that album, or is it a double
Since
album?
that album, he got to a different level. But I feel
Yeah.
like this is like that full form now. It's like he went KO Ken then. Now he's gone Super Saiyan with this.
Anime quote.
This right now is amazing.
I'll be
It's
honest
funny-
though, Larry June was never on my radar like this, if you know what I mean. Like I was listening to Larry June last year, and maybe the year before when Sean put us on. But I was like, yeah, I like Larry June. Oh, big feature here with Big Sean. Oh, big feature there with so and so. Never paid attention, but for some reason, this project, the singles were dropping as they were, before it came out, and that hooked me. And I was like, I haven't not liked a single one of these. So when the album came out, I was listening to it straight away, and I haven't stopped.
Yeah, it's a great album. When I was, I left it quite late to get into this album because I saw the names. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was not excited for it. The only one that made me tap in was probably The Alchemist. And then when I saw the interview on the Breakfast Club, like, you know what, fuck it, let me give it a go. And seeing The Alchemist, I thought I knew what it would sound like. I'm like, yeah, I know it's gonna be an Alchemist type beat. It's gonna be so obvious. Some beats in there, he completely surprised me. I had no fucking clue. I was like, wow. And then Larry June and 2 Chainz, their duo was just, their synergy was fucking amazing. I was like, this is refreshing. This is not something that we've seen before. This was brand new, but it felt familiar at the same time. It was a perfect balance. I don't know what of, but it's what you needed.
It was hungry music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to prove.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That
freaking
is
incredible.
top of our recommendation list, and for
I
us
was
to keep
bopping
talking
it
about
hard.
it would be doing it a disservice. Just go listen to it; you'll love it. There's definitely one song on there, the title track. I think that song is.
Oh, the title track is incredible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the title track. Oh my god, but it's just I love how Alchemist can just set a scene with beats, man. That beat is just it's the chef's kiss. I'm like, this beat is just unbelievable.
And speaking of ad libs, because we always like to speak about ad libs, I love Larry June's though. Hey. I'm waiting for it in every track because it's somewhere in there. He just goes, hey. I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling this. I'm fucking with it.
Yeah, that is fucking great fucking album, man. It's so good. I'm so annoyed how late I am onto it. Like I'm so
At least you've heard it, and that's partly why we're here to convince people to listen to things that
I know,
we
but
think to be
I
good.
went in there with no expectation, like zero, not zero, but low expectations.
Yeah.
I knew I would like it, but I didn't think I'd like it this much. Like when I had to wheel it, or like I was bopping on the escalator thinking, hold on. What?
You know what it is?
What?
That
Yeah.
other collab album, Larry June and Alchemist, it was a bit similar. Like it was surprisingly good. I thought I'm not ever listening to a Larry June project, but it was nice.
Have you
I
listened to
don't
it,
know
Neil?
this one though.
Sorry, Kieran. Have you listened to that
Yeah, it's
one
cool.
that Kieran's talking about? That
No.
album? Oh, you
Yeah,
should
no.
check it out.
It's a good like it sets the precedence for this because that's why I checked this one because I knew it was a good duo.
Yeah, because he went up. Because I like that album, that first one. But then when you get onto this one, I'm sorry, he leveled up. Because this album
had
is
some of my favourite
unbelievable.
songs of last year on it as well. It had not last year before last. It had Solid Plan on it, I think.
I'm looking it up now. It's the one with it's got Big Sean on there.
That
Yeah,
Big
the
Sean
Great
feature's
Escape as well.
crazy as
Oh,
well.
that one.
Yeah,
The Palisades one.
yeah.
Yeah. Palisades.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with
That
that,
was a
one,
solid
I've only heard
project.
singles. So like I've only heard singles or
Like,
like
it's a good
odd
album,
track-
that one.
Yeah, it's a good album. But then it's almost like when you listen to that album, it's solid and it's really, really good. But this album, flipping hell, it's a step up. I think you'll appreciate the journey of like how we got to this because this is just it's stunning. I
He's
can't
been
stop listening to it
prolific.
myself.
Sean, ever
Sam's
since
right.
Sean
Solid
told
Plan.
me about him, I've been seeing him come up and I've been listening. I'm like, okay, that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. But like every year he's dropping good features or good songs, and arguably now he's hit like an element of godliness where he's dropping like great albums because that is a great album.
Yeah, yeah. I said earlier he's got album of the year, and I'm surprised to say that this has made me like rethink. I'm not saying he doesn't have album of the year, but now I'm thinking about it. Like I feel like I need to sit with both albums for a very long time to decide, and it's kind of hard because I feel like even though they're under the umbrella of hip hop, they're very different.
Completely.
Yeah.
They're so different.
Yeah.
So it's hard to compare.
It comes down to personal preference. You could recommend anybody listen to either of them and not be sad. You know, if they go, "Oh, I like this one more than that," it's like, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, yeah.
But also, there's a chopped and screwed version of the Larry June album, which I highly suggest you listen to.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen. It's funny, before you mentioned that, I was thinking of rapping over it in Chopped and Screwed as well. That's why when you said that, I was like, oh shit.
Do you know what it is? Back in the day, I feel like, 10 years ago, you'd always used to get an album and then download the chopped and screwed version, listen to that. I don't know why. Like, you get ASAP Rocky, chopped up, not slopped up. Of Wiz Khalifa, chopped up, not slopped up. You get that. The trippy music. So, definitely give Larry June some of your attention this month. But I want to talk about a project that I'm pretty sure no one here has listened to, but I want to put it on the radar. Krept Konan, Young
listened to
Kings 2. So it's a follow-up album to their not first album, maybe it's their first album, I don't know. But there's a first Young Kings. Anyone have any opinions or thoughts or comments?
I thought it was meh.
Yeah.
I thought it was meh. I'm not. You know, it's annoying. It's sad because some songs I didn't like on there, but the bars was like, oh shit, like they're still saying shit. And
It's
you
always
still
cheesy
appreciate it.
though.
You know what it is? I prefer Krept way more. I
Not
think
Konan.
Nah, I think
You're
Krept
rubbish.
Krept had some bars in there. I was like, oi. I find Conan more cheesy. And please take this with a grain of salt because he's a six spitter, like he's hard. Like the wordplay is there. It's just that sometimes it doesn't come off as well or as authentic. But I just feel like Krept, some songs I was like, Jesus. I was like, yeah, killing it. Yeah, I just thought it's a bit meh. I think it definitely reflected what we kind of mentioned beforehand in terms of that they're at a different stage in their kind of careers of kind of, they've had the rise, they're already at the top and they're kind of like a bit mature now and a bit more from a place of doing business in other kind of avenues. And we're not necessarily trying to chase that number one spot no more. And it's cool, but I don't know, I feel like the hunger's a bit different. And they had quite a few reflective songs in there. And for me, I would not put them on the album. Maybe keep them as a single. I feel like it kind of dropped the momentum and the energy a bit at times. But the bars are there though.
I think I'm echoing what you're saying. It's a good project, but it's just got a lot of kind of like bloat to it. And I think some of the bloat is all the songs they overinvested in by doing a big video, flying out to Jamaica to film bits and all this kind of stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, those were good songs by themselves. Whether or not I like them, is, that's just opinion. But to make a flow of an album, it's like there's no flow to this project. It's kind of just song 1, song 2, song 3, and that's it. There's no, as much as we always say this, there's no overarching theme to this. It's just kind of, let's see what sticks, and then whatever sticks is what sticks. But they tried. They got some good features on here. They got Chip, they got Sizzler, they got Popcorn, they've got Young Teflon. Pot of Paper's on there. Where at the end?
Yeah, towards the end.
Yeah, okay. See, this is the thing. I hear these songs, I don't even know that they're Krept and Konan songs. I thought that was a Pot of Paper song. So yeah, I mean, they've got a Gets feature, so they're trying their best to get the best people in the scene on their album. Just the problem is the album's not for that. The album is more like, it's pop music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, one song on there I was peed off with. it reminded me of what's that kind of song? That kind of like, what's that? What's that guy's name? The black guy, Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah,
I Just Want to Rock. What kind of music is that?
Hey,
Like that. What's the
Bro, when I heard that beat, I was like, what is going on? It was, bro, I have to find it. But I was thinking to myself, what the fuck am I listening to? Like, the bars were all right, but I was like, but what is this beat? And like, it doesn't fit with the rest of the album. It's just, it threw me off. Like, you're trying to think, I get it, but it didn't work, in my opinion. But
fair enough.
I was baffled.
The albums are in a weird spot for me. I'm not telling you to go listen to it, but there's definitely some songs in there that you need to hear. I think what's his name? Conan's track about his dad, that's quite interesting. Obviously, the Last Night in Kingston, I quite like it when Konan does that. I don't really like the Nala track, but that's just because it's a bit too light. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it. It's got nothing to it for me. It's kind of like, remember that I'm your dad and you need to do good things because you're a girl. Make sure you're rich. Like, it's just bullshit. Like, it's nothing. There's nothing tangible there for me. Like, it's not like when some rappers are talking to their children and it feels like there's something in there for somebody else. This is just a track for his child, which is no shade on that, but it's just not for me personally. But yeah, it's not a bad project. It's not a great project. If I had to rank it, which I won't because Sean hates rankings, it's worth a listen if you like Krept and Konan. Otherwise, you'll probably hear some of it. And they've already given us their big song. They're giving us Freak of the Week. Like, let's just live with that.
I'll give it 5.5 out of 10.
Jeez, Neil coming with a ranking.
Oh my god!
Stop this.
Ranking.
For a reason.
Okay.
It gets rude.
I just
Seeing we're ranking projects, Larry June is a 10. I'm just
100%. Yeah, Larry June's a 10. 10.
I'm not ranking Krept and Konan's project. I think it's decent.
Yeah, Forbidden Frequencies 10.
Come on. You're bringing that old energy back.
Considering that I'm sure Theo, Kieran, and Sean haven't listened to Krept and Konan.
No, I tell you what, I've probably reflects what you're both saying because I started listening to the album, but I immediately got switched up. They are barring, trust me, because I was like listening and thinking, oh yeah, this is great, but the whole overall sound and how it felt, I can't remember what even track I got up to, and then I was just like, oh, you know what, I can't be arsed, man. So I just moved on. And that's exactly what happened. I haven't returned back to it. So no, I didn't finish it, and that's exactly how I felt.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yep.
Okay, so getting onto a project that Sean hasn't listened to, but I know Kieran's listened to quite heavily.
2 songs.
And Theo has listened to, and Sean's listened to 2 songs apparently. Party Next Door and Drake, some songs, something else. Some slow songs
for you.
Some sexy songs, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, they are for you page. Kieran, talk to us because you have done the devil's work and listened to it.
Be nice. Be nice.
Listen, I tried my best. It was like, do you know what it is with Drake as well? His releases haven't hit for many years. It's one of those things though where on the day there's a hype though, because it's like you just wanna find that moment again. So I come with like 4 or 5 tracks always whenever an album drops.
Are we doing a Dark Lane demo again?
This is 100. Come on, I haven't listened to it since that day, man.
I don't know, yeah.
Which Neil was present for
Basically,
that.
Kieran listened to a Drake project, Dark Lane demo tape, so he came with a best piece of work ever. He was hyping up the project, we were insulting the project, and then that was it. That was the Dark Lane demo tape.
I just wanted you guys to get hyped with me, but no one.
My memory of it was Kieran and Theo.
I was hyped.
They were loving it, and then I remember I think I was pretty quiet, and then about 3 or 4 days later, one of you, I can't remember who, was like, "Yeah, I don't know about this one. I don't know."
No, it was me.
You changed it after like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, you flipped.
Yeah.
No, this album is it's not great, but to me I see it differently. Yeah, I said to myself, if I had a tingle or have my girl, whatever, and you just want to have a chill vibe, whatever, just fling it in the background, it just sets the scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like no Marvin Gaye type thing, but it's just a little thing that catches the vibe. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to just get a little something, and then you just fling it in the background, it's not
saying a whole bunch of something, but a whole bunch of nothing at the same time.
But you know what I'm talking about. Like, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're saying.
If you're trying to catch a vibe with a thing, just fling it on.
Okay.
Simple.
Okay. I hear that.
Simple. Like, it's not about analysing the lyrics. It's not about bopping and
It's just background music.
yeah. It's just fling it on. Do your thing.
And what song?
I hear that. It is background music.
What song do you start to, you know?
Bro, it doesn't matter. As long as the
Okay.
vibe's there.
If
you got a team,
you only got an hour and
there's a
15
vibe.
minits, so you know when do I start it at Small Town Fame or do I
it don't
crying
matter.
in Chanel? Where do I start that? Because I only need one track to really get my shit going. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it.
Well, strike while the iron's hot then.
Nokia, get onto Nokia. Who call him up?
Nokia's got energy. I can't lie, you know.
Yeah, that was one of the 2 tracks I listened to, and I heard that Nokia one, and I was like, "Oh, this is a bit different. I don't mind it." But my thing with it is because I've got nothing wrong with like what you're saying there with that kind of music. Not everything has to be deep and super like demanding of your attention. But what I got from the 2 tracks that I listened to was I didn't actually think like his vocal performance was that good. I don't think he really sounded like in this at all. The auto tune wasn't good either. The production wasn't great. It was so. I mean, I don't know if that's reflective of the whole project, but for those 2 tracks, I was like, this sounds pretty like lackluster. Like, not a lot of effort's gone into this.
Do you want a fun fact? Do you remember the rapper Octavian?
Yes.
He is the producer of a lot of the tracks on this album. And in some of these songs, you can apparently hear his ad-libs in there. So I don't know if anyone in here knows what happened to Octavian, but basically he had a whole domestic violence charge of his ex and all this kind of stuff. Octavian was one of my biggest rappers at that time. I was like, Octavian's up next, you know, and then we had other people on the sidelines like A2 because there was a new sound coming through. But unfortunately, that really took his career off the table. Label dropped him, and I thought he was gone. I don't know where he went to, but I thought he was gone. But he produced a lot of this album, and his name is Ola something, Ola Love or something.
Oh, he changed the name.
Ola Angel, something like that. Yeah. That's Octavian.
That's crazy what cancel culture does. You have to change the whole thing.
I'm just glad he's still in the music. Like all that stuff aside, what happened? I'm not sure the particulars or if it went legal or not. You know, it's sad that the scene lost a promising new young artist. But it's interesting that he's working with Drake now as a producer. I didn't know Drake was, out for those types of production collabs. I thought he mostly worked with 40 and some of his well-respected people in the camp, but I guess nowadays he's got a bit more slim pickings because of situations that we won't speak on.
Yeah, I feel like he's branched out more though, like prior to that as well. I feel like he's had some different producers involved, but
he's definitely
that's certainly
a lot of
bit
UK
of a
producers.
random one.
He's definitely clubbed with a lot of UK producers. Like some of his biggest songs, like Passion Fruit, was produced by a UK producer whose name escapes me now. Is it J5? I think it was J5.
J5? What, did Passion Fruit?
I think so.
Did they?
No.
I genuinely think it
What,
was
Passion
J5.
Fruit's done by J? No, I have to check that out. Really?
I really think so.
That's not true.
Passion Fruit? I'm pretty sure.
We need some intermission music. Hang on a minute.
Nana Rogues. Sorry, Nana Rogues.
I was about to say.
But
Nana Rogues.
am I being unfair? Did anyone else pick up on that? I found. I know it's
I
only
don't think
tracks,
I don't
but-
think you're being unfair at all. That's just me.
It's true. Like he was trying to do it on "Give Me a Hug," but I felt like he didn't commit to it fully because he had to commit to the album, which was asking for like sweet stuff.
So for people that aren't going to listen to it or are on the fence, what is it they're going to be hearing in this project? Is it a mess? Is it like one sound? Like what's the style like for someone who's not listened to it?
It's a bit like "Take Care," you know. There's a few songs that give you that energy, but it's not. Don't go there looking for that though, because it's not going to give you that feeling.
Oh dear. Okay.
I've just seen the Passion Fruit producer. It says here Nana Rouge.
Yeah, I said that. Nana Rogues. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
Big
hear
producer in the UK. Not quite J5 though. My bad.
Oh, sorry. Did I say Rouge?
Yeah. You're not be good with names. You're the first person that was streaming it's Pa Slew, not PA Saliu, and now you can't even get Nana Rogues right.
No, I know, man. I'm regressing.
What I liked in this album, though, he had the feature with this girl called it's called Pimmy. I thought that was dope. I don't know how much a professional artist she is, but I've seen her on social media, on like SoundCloud and like Instagram, like doing like up her videos and like sending like posting reels of her singing and stuff. And she's kind of got like a Georgia Smith kind of like mumble kind of singing kind of style. And yeah, Drake's fucking with it, and it's pretty cool to see someone on that kind of level getting a chance at the big time. So it's nice to see he's kind of helping out people in that. Who was that?
Just Kieran watching YouTube. He's had enough.
Those ads got me just now. My ears were bust.
But yeah, Pimmy, she might be a thing. She might be a thing for the future for us to look out for.
How old is she? No, I'm joking.
Oh,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
That's a whole energy joke. I like it. I like it. All right,
You know,
we'll
you
move in
should
swiftly.
get like a jail sound
Yeah.
bite.
Give it to us now. We'll add it to the board. I'm due to update the board.
I'm
Loaded
lying.
down now.
I feel to Google it, you know. Oh no.
No, I'm joking.
Music.
What was I going to say?
I don't know. You said
Oh no, that was something. Yeah, not really music related. Something I did see was that drone shot of Drake, or that trying to throw a flip flop at a drone or something. On his, did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, was that real?
Nah, it's a promo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say the way he was like moving with that flip flop in his hand. I was like, this guy is not.
It's promo.
Yeah,
fair enough. Well, moving swiftly on. You know, I am a man of the underground UK scene, and there has been a guy that has been teasing a song for way too long. I'm talking about 4 or 5 months now. Jim Legxacy has got a song called Father, which is a banger. I can't explain why it's a banger. If you haven't heard it, I might have to play it to you now. But honestly, Jim Legxacy is up there for me as one of the people to watch as an artist. Rapping aside, he's done something quite crazy in the scene. Has anyone else heard it? Yes, no, maybe so. Or should I play it?
No, I haven't heard it. Play it.
No,
Okay.
when I checked the run through earlier, you threw me off. I was like, I read it as Young Fathers, and I've tried to put it in the projects, and I was like, hang on, no, this is a single. I've never heard of them. Yeah.
It's a very short song, but I just think it's catchy.
No,
I don't
it's
know how to
nice.
describe it to
Yeah.
you.
I like the
Very catchy.
glitchiness of it as well. It's cool.
The
It's a new
video,
sound.
man.
I'm not trying to say it's something that you've heard before or something that's like palatable, but I quite like it. I think it's raw. I think it's interesting to listen to.
It
Yeah,
feels
I haven't
exciting, you know. Like I'm interested
Yeah.
to see what this person goes on to do.
It's got a DIY energy to it as well. Like
Well,
very.
the video is very nostalgic. I mean, it
Oh,
it
yeah.
literally
A
feels
total
like
90
it's straight.
t-shirt. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. It's throwing you
Wow.
back to a time that maybe the kids nowadays don't know, but we definitely lived through and know that time.
How does
and,
he know that vision though? Because he doesn't look old enough to know it.
No,
Yeah,
he's not. He's like under 20, but he's got Blackberries. He's got all the shoes
Yeah.
right, everything.
I
you know,
guess
even-
it's that Y2K thing, isn't it? Like everyone's kind of.
Yeah, he's doing it
Yeah.
well. I can't lie. That was accurate.
Yeah, so I'm really liking Jim Legxacy. I'm going to keep an eye out for him. But the problem is with a lot of these underground kind of adjacent rappers is they will tease a song forever and then drop it months and months later, and then you might not hear it when it comes out, and then it's it's really gone. You have
Is
to
this
kind of be
that artist,
on their
Sam?
case.
You said that like on TikTok, people were trying to force them to drop it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this guy.
Oh, is this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's just it's the way he's playing with the song, right? So he's obviously got that one sample he's trying to drop in farther. But it's just like the fact he doesn't finish his bars and he lets sound effects do it, or he lets that little kind of sample do it. I think it's new, it's interesting, and it reminds me of like when Little Simz did "I Love You, I Hate You," where the sample is finishing her bars and all that kind of stuff. I've got 1,000 things I could say about him
Very
and other
grimy.
underground
But
scene.
also, like where it's so short, and also there's a very sort of upbeat, quirky feel to it. It reminded me a little bit of early Tierra Whack, where she would just drop
Oh,
those
man.
1-minute songs.
Yeah.
Yes, Sean, you took it
Yeah.
right out of my mouth. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you.
Yeah,
Honestly, I
definitely.
thought the exact same thing.
It's a good energy. I don't know if I'll hear a project from Jim Legxacy that I like, but so far so good. He's got 2 songs that I've liked so far, this being one of the 2, but we'll see where he gets
They
to.
can't all be album artists.
No, yeah. And to follow on from what I said last month, that guy Slew is back with another song. He seems to be the other side of the underground who just is trying to flood the streets and drop projects all the time. So
James.
yeah, Slew is back. He dropped a track last month called TBH, and this month he's got one called New to Me. That's a good track to listen to. Anyone else got any singles they want to talk about? Because I feel like I've flooded the playlist alongside Kieran,
come
but
on.
I feel like the other 3 of you have been a bit
We
quiet.
could talk about Little Simz. That one.
Wait, hang on.
Let's save the
Remain.
best for last.
Oh, okay. We'll wait. We'll wait. Okay.
Yeah, save him for last.
Yeah.
Save it for last.
Yeah.
Why? Is it? Oh, you're I know what you're trying to say for last. Fair enough. I mean, we can talk about some other bits and bobs. JK's back. Chip is back.
JK's new single. Yeah, I love that,
busy
man.
month
He
for
was
grime,
doing his
wasn't
thing.
Say it again.
It was a busy month for grime, I thought.
DEE.
Because that
He did that
DEE
side
track
track.
was fun. No, that DEE track was fire. I love the scheme that he did on that. That was
JME.
Yeah.
that.
Jamie's having a great time. He's dropped like 4 tracks or something like mad like that aren't available anywhere other than YouTube, and one doesn't even have a title, so you can't actually search for it, which is a bit annoying.
I think
But
he was doing something similar to what I might be wrong with this. I know he did it with the previous album, but I think you could maybe have like bought these, purchased these songs online on his website. Maybe like I feel like there was when I looked on his website about a month ago, there was this USB thing that or something like that you could buy. I think it was just a single on there.
Okay.
So
Well, keeping it strictly UK as well. There's some new K-Trap, new Lowski, different vibes, not exactly their regular drill kind of vibes. Lowski's talking about independent women, which is nice to see. People uplifting the women in the scene. The video is quite iconic as well. Puts on a lot of black businesses and all that kind of stuff. Weirdly, because February's the month of Valentine's, a lot of rappers were dropping like Valentine's tracks. But there's one artist more than others that's known for dropping around Valentine's Day. And that is, his name escapes me, Abracadabra. He always drops on Valentine's.
Yeah.
really,
Yeah. He always drops tracks on Valentine's Day. He's been known for it for the last however many years. So he did his little thing. It wasn't that good. It's on the playlist just because you kind of have to add it to the playlist. But yeah, it's been a good month for the UK and trying to get to an interesting place. Little Simz is back and she is pissed off.
yeah. Something's happened.
I don't even know how to take what she dropped. Like it's,
I
it doesn't
haven't
sound
heard
like
it yet.
single.
You haven't heard it?
No.
I would suggest watch the video.
man.
Watch the video to get a full understanding of the darkness.
Is this like a Kendrick vibe right now?
It's worse. It's demonic.
Worse than Kendrick? Come on.
what are you talking about?
Demon possession.
No, it's dark. It's dark, and there's I feel a bit uncomfortable saying it, but it's got me very, very interested and anticipating this next project.
I'm concerned
I hope
something
she's not been
happened to her.
through too much pain, but
Yeah.
it seems like she's gone through something. Yeah.
Because
Oh,
you
sorry.
got to remember, Joan, no thank you. Something, there was something weird happening in that moment as well.
Yeah,
that she
that's
wasn't
Yeah, on
feeling.
stage, she was like breaking down crying. I was like, is she okay? It's like, she doesn't seem okay. But I don't know if
said
it's the
that.
emotions or whatever, but clearly something else happened that we don't know
You did
about.
also say that she'd entered like another level or like a different state as well in
Yes.
those live shows.
I don't know. I'm excited to hear what Little Simz has to say, but I'm also a bit worried about what she's about to do.
The little I know is that I remember way back I felt that No Thank You was less polished than the previous album, and I think the fact that it came out a year later anyway suggested that it was Music that was probably put together quite quickly. Still a great album, but she seemed like she had really wanted to get something off her chest and had something to say. And she was talking. She seemed to have grievances with the industry. There was also the tour. She was meant to tour, I think, the States, and it got cancelled. And there was some stuff going on there. I feel like she's had some battles with the industry in recent years, and I wonder whether we're tapping more into that with this project.
Be interesting to see. I don't know if we know any of the politics behind what's going on with her and her label situation, if she has one. Maybe it's something like that, but behind the scenes, it's been like, oh, do another Sometimes I Might Be Introvert. That one sold well, and then she pushed for Thank Me, or whatever the album's called. Yeah, she pushed for that, and it didn't sell as well, and now it's kind of like she's in that weird, I've got one album left to do. If it doesn't sell, whatever, that obligation of people sign deals that are like 2-3 albums or whatever, and they've got to make those projects. And maybe she's in that weird state, doing a bit of a Frank Ocean on the album type thing, where she might double drop or something. Who knows?
I do wonder. I made the bit of I made a bit of a reach when we were talking about Tyler, and how I found that there was like a bit of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers influence, and that he kind of went even deeper within himself and even more vulnerable than he has before. Across the whole project. And, I know that Tyler's been sort of fairly linked up with Kendrick in recent years as well. And I know that Simz is heavily influenced by Kendrick too. She's dropped his name in tracks, and he's like shouted her out before in the past and all this. And I just wonder whether this is part of that. Maybe there's this move from certain artists. These artists that we put sort of on the, on this pedestal, the likes of your Tylers, your Sims and whatnot, whether she's doing something similar. I'm not saying it's absolutely down to like she's listened to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers and thought, yeah, I'm gonna start doing this myself and really go deeper, go more vulnerable. But I just wonder whether we might start seeing a bit more of this from a certain caliber or type of artist, where they really start going a bit deeper to more difficult places. Or maybe this is it. Maybe this is the only track on the album. We'll have to wait and see. But usually the lead single is a tone setter, isn't it? So I'm sure it is an indicator of what's to come.
The visuals
are incredible as well for a project.
The visuals are mad. The black and white. It was reminding me a little bit of like Robert Eggers. If anyone watches Robert Eggers stuff like The Lighthouse and things like that, it was I was very impressed with the visuals.
Do you have any timelines for a project, or is it just kind of like this is the first thing we've heard?
Yeah, isn't it May?
It's May. That's what I think. Yeah,
May, April.
I thought she was doing a festival in May. I thought she was like curating a festival.
Brighton
as well.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, that's not her. Wait,
it is her. She's curating a festival. I don't know what one, but she's creating some kind of art festival with musicians and stuff.
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. That image of her, related to that announcement, reminded me. There's that shot in Dune Part 2 where like Paul's walking off in the distance and it's all like blurry and hazy. It's kind of like a greyish tinge. Reminded me of that. It was cool visuals, but yeah, I'm enjoying the visuals a lot with Simz right now.
It's crazy because the last thing she came off the back of is the Rets track and a quite nice kind of like hello hi kind of fun vibe. Now I'm a bit like,
yeah, I thought that as well actually.
I thought she was going to have a good time. It seems like she's not been having a good time.
Well, the album title Lotus refers to like purity, rebirth, and enlightenment.
There we
go. It can be like an introspective kind of retrospective, like
and that,
in-depth personal album.
That picture that Sean was just talking about, it's South Bank Festival. It looks a bit like Wicked, actually. The effect where she grows her cape or dress. I don't know if anyone knows the reference, but I feel like maybe she's referencing that.
Yeah, you might be more on the money than me with June, but
I don't know about June, man.
I'm still reading that book, so
I think you might be right as well, actually, to be fair.
I'll find the image and share it in the group. But yeah, I'm still reading that book, so I'm like half the things I think of or compared to is like fucking poor tradies and shit like that. So just ignore me.
The father one. That video has a lot of weird imagery in it. Like that guy that kind of gets resurrected and like beams his consciousness into her, and then she's all fucking possessed by him. It's very, very odd. There's also like African kind of spirituality in there with all the horns and all that kind of stuff. She's like a matador as well. So it's definitely worth looking at if you're into that kind of higher concept rap, because that's what this is going to be 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyone else got any other bits they want to talk about before we get to the meat of the conversation that will wake everyone back up? that would be a no. Right, J. Cole drops an absolute fucking banger, right? J. Cole has dropped the best track he's dropped in absolute years. Clouds.
Wow. Years.
Clouds. I couldn't
Interesting.
make it past the first minute of that track without wheeling it. I had to wheel it 3 times. So please, someone else talk about it, because
back to those gassy years. It was mad.
someone talk about it, because I have nothing but absolute hype to say.
Man, I think it's like what you said. It's instant wheels, because with J. Cole, especially with someone like his caliber, when he start rapping fast or get a certain flow, you have to like lock in, because you're gonna miss shit. So when you preempt or you start hearing the flow he's on, it's like, okay, shit, let me focus.
Because you're like, wait, what was he saying before that? Let me get back to it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, and when he's saying stuff in such a way, and it's actually hitting, then when it's fucking like the wordplay is so clever, you're like, oh shit, let me rewind that, because that was too incredible. How are you doing this? And then you think to yourself, okay, practically, you actually wrote this down or thought this in your head and you recorded this in the booth. That is it. Yeah, there's so many levels as to why this is so great. And he goes on for so long. It's not like for like 10 seconds. He does this for...
No, they're long verses.
They're long verses,
They're
man.
like
Yeah.
64
Fully
bars or
gassing me.
Yeah,
It's the way he's rhyming, tying
Man.
them all together, like and just tying it. Just and my jaw's dropping, and then I'm getting goosebumps, thinking, like, how are you speaking like this? It's just
Exactly.
unbelievable. And I'm having to like replay it loads of times. I'm like, but I'm telling you, that second verse, he went off, man.
Perfect, didn't it?
Oh my days! I couldn't believe what I was listening to.
Yes, absolutely incredible, and all relevant to the situation and everything. And yeah, he's just. This is what I was saying to you guys in the group and to the listeners. This is why he's one of my favorite rappers of all time. I've always known he's great, but this is taken to another level. I think this is kind of like, for me, not even solidified for me, 'cause I've always liked him and put him up there. But this for me has just made it undeniable, like, for other people. Like, now you guys see what I was kind of seeing. Because you guys was chatting shit.
You got lucky with this.
No,
Because
you
it
guys
could have
was
very much been another grippy situation.
No.
Let's not get there.
Oh my god!
All right, pick any your favorite rapper. Pick someone. Pick any
Kendrick.
rapper that you love. He's got shit songs.
No, he hasn't.
Which rapper did you pick, Sam?
Kendrick.
Oh,
He has shit songs.
Kendrick didn't have shit songs.
Okay.
Sean wants to mention a Black Panther song, but I like that song, so joke's on you.
Don't bring me into it. I'm keeping quiet, man.
Okay. But yeah, let's GNX. You know, I'm not here to shit on anyone right now, but I'm just what I'm trying to say is you can't fault someone on a terrible song or a terrible verse. Yeah,
That's true.
it doesn't discredit their whole artistry and their whole discography. J.
This
Cole,
has
time and
revived
time
him for me,
again.
though. This is definitely, considering the episodes we have in the can right now, this has revived him. I'm not saying he was dead. But this has definitely brought him back to a point where I'm like, hang on a sec. J. Cole's moving like this. No one else is moving like this.
Wait, so when he was dropping these features this past year and a half,
Yeah.
and when he dropped Might Delete Later, what was you thinking?
I was thinking, this
Tell
is
me.
all right. This ain't the best of Cole.
Who was doing what he was doing?
It doesn't matter.
No.
I'm just telling you what I'm telling you.
No. Who was doing, besides Grippy, who was rapping like him?
You got to remember, yeah, for me, this all started from Wet Dreams. This is a long, long time ago. I stopped like J. Cole. Then I kind of came back a bit with the off season. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you can still rap. Then he did Johnny P's Caddy, and I was like, this is good.
Yeah.
And then Grippy come out, and I was like,
Whoa. So you skipped a whole bunch.
Yes, but this is,
Yeah,
this
Might
is my
Delete
list
Later.
in order.
Crocodile Tears.
See, that project was a bit of a weird one because of all the chaos around it.
Huh?
Because of all the chaos around it and the
Yeah.
deletion of a certain track, I lost respect for my man.
Okay. Okay.
But
Alright,
but
that
the
is
thing,
fair.
That's what I want to
this
get
is the
to
thing.
though. Is like, because I'm seeing, let me get it straight. I really like this song. I've listened to it so many times. I think technically, J. Cole is just he's improving as time goes on. He's always had an incredible voice. He's just such an easily listenable rapper, right? But where I'm seeing criticism and I'm just gonna be real as well. Where I'm like, I don't know how I feel about these bars. is when he's talking about what is the line here about turning artists to martyrs and murdering rappers and all this sort of stuff. How does that sit with us? Because for me, I'm not. It doesn't put me off to the point where I can't listen to this song or I can't listen to J. Cole, but I understand why it's not being well received. So I'm intrigued to hear what you all think about it. Like,
I just feel like the level he's spitting on this track, it just does that anyway. Like, he doesn't have to diss someone to show that he can do it.
Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
like, he's spitting on that level. I genuinely thought he's spitting like Nas Illmatic level on this track. I'm just gonna be real.
Thank you.
Don't put his name in. That
If you see
conversation,
if you see
all know
Steph
we
Curry,
talk about Nas.
if you see Steph Curry shooting 33s in a game, what makes you think you can go up against him? Like, you look at him
Ego.
thinking, "Wrong."
I mean,
You just did that.
we're talking mainstream though, right? Because there's plenty of rappers out there.
Of course, yeah.
We're talking okay. But also, I guess what I'm trying to get at really is that I think whether it's right or wrong or fair or unfair or whether it's even important or not, I do think J. Cole has brought this on himself, and I don't just mean like over the past year or so. I think, and bear in mind, I've listened to so much J. Cole over the last 2 weeks. I've basically gone through like all of his solo projects. Everything's very like clear in my mind at the moment. And something I've noticed throughout his career, particularly in recent years, is that within the space of like a few songs or features and whatnot, J. Cole will go from talking like this, like I'm the best, which is, by the way, I think every rapper should be that way, talking about them being the best, but to the point of him actually saying like, I murder rappers, or like daring people to call his name out. But then we'll drop another track or another feature or whatever and be very sort of unsure about his place. And then obviously, what happened last year with 7 Minute Drill and the apology, and then you had Port Antonio and all this sort of stuff. So it's like, I'm listening to it and I'm like, I don't know. For me, it don't sit quite right. I just think, I'm not saying he has to like engage in beef or anything like that, but I think I would personally, as a fan, I know he's not doing it for me individually, but I like listening to him talk about, like on here, he's talking about aging, and he's talking about like reflecting on his career, and he's like kind of tapping into some of the more sort of conscious political stuff as well that he's done at times in the past. I think that's the direction I'd rather him go in, because for me, it's like, if you're gonna, he's making himself an easy target, because you've got Freddie Gibbs piping up, you've got like Joey Badass starts the year, talking, greasy and whatnot, but I think it's making the sort of the criticism towards him understandable, is what I'm saying. Is I'm not mad at people being like, I'm not here for this talk, because you've kind of shown that when push comes to shove, you're not that guy. Because we can only go. It's like sport. You can only go on your last result. Do you know what I mean? It's that whole thing. It's like you can only go on your last performance. Blah blah blah. And yeah, when I hear him talking about catching murder charges, turning rappers to martyrs, and that, I'm like, I don't know how that's going to go down.
If you pen that
he
song,
had the chance to go for that type of avenue and he backed out, because he was firmly in the beef conversation, right? Because Kendrick brought him into that conversation. He stepped out. What happened. Now imagine if this was a three-way battle. I don't know if Cole comes out of that battle winning or losing, but he definitely doesn't come out. No one has anything on him like that. You know what I mean? So
no,
I think he's just going for that regular rapper kind of bravado level of like, I'm the best. I don't think he's sending for shots, and anyone who's trying to fire back, especially Freddie Gibbs, should be ignored and will be ignored, I reckon.
What did you say?
Ridiculous always for him to diss Kendrick though, because it's like he likes the music and respects him. Why would he diss him?
Well, that's the reason why. That's why it didn't work. We all knew is that from the first time we heard it, we were like, "This isn't real. You don't mean what you're saying." So it's like,
you could hear it in his tone. He's going up and against someone he truly respects. That's why I kind of.
He knew that while doing it, and he just admitted it like live. Like a week later,
and I respect that as well. Like I've said that time and time again. I respect that he did that. It was pretty refreshing for an artist to do that. But Sam, what did you say about Freddie? Sorry,
Freddie is not going to get a reply that he wants to get, because Freddie's trying to come up, and he's not going to come up off a Cole.
Freddie should have left it.
I think
Freddie should have just left it alone, man. He needed to sort out his own beef with Benny, but he backed out of that.
No, but that was different. That's a different kind of beef.
I know that was different kind of beef, but that's but Benny's that's type of.
But this is what I'm saying now is like it's opened up. Like people, I don't think this will be the first either from Freddie or other artists, and it's like. That's the thing for me is like what does Cole do at this point? For me, like I say, I'm more interested when he talks about other topics. It's either that or it's like engage. And then I'm hearing I've heard someone say to me, but Cole's peaceful. I'm like, hang on a minute, we're talking about the guy that engaged with Lil Pump and No Name. I know they weren't like disses, but like Cole hasn't shied away from whether it's like writing a verse about Kanye or Wale or name dropping Eminem, Iggy Azalea. Cole's not like this sort of like super peaceful guy. He has been willing to engage with people in the past, and he's definitely stooped lower than Freddie, as I just say. Like he made a whole track sort of aimed at Lil Pump. So it's like for me, as long as it's real, if Cole's going to engage with another artist, as long as it's real, and by real I don't mean like super personal and shit like that, but I just mean he's got to want to do it. Do you know what I mean? So if that's Freddie, do it, man. Because again, back to like the quality of his raps in the song and that, Cole's clearly, at a top tier level. So it's like, I'm here for it if it's real. If he wants to engage with Freddie, let's see how it goes. I mean, I'll be careful with Freddie Gibbs though. I think Freddie Gibbs is someone that's like got stuff on everyone, like not as in like personal stuff, but like
Freddie Gibbs is throwing rocks in the. He'd be throwing rocks in a glass house if he ever tried coming.
Look, this is the thing, though. It's a good opportunity for Cole.
Let's be real.
No, Freddie can spit.
No, I'm not saying.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I didn't say that. Yeah, I'm saying he can throw these rocks. I'm saying he can throw these rocks. But I'm saying it's a glass house.
I know.
Like, so like the same rocks he can throw, like it will fuck him up as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he can say a lot, and his bars and his lyrical ability is second to none. But I'm just saying, like, there's so much shit out there against you already. It's just like free. You're an easy target for spitters. If someone really take you seriously and really battle you, they can fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, like the only way you can come out on top, like in terms, well, in my opinion, if you made a hit song like Kendrick. Like,
The thing is, though. It makes sense strategically to go for Cole though, because it's like he could go into the big three if he did successfully.
Stop it.
I'm just saying he's trying to get into that.
Stop the bullshit.
The way you switch.
Stop
taking a diplomat. He doesn't want to be diplomatic anymore.
He's not. He's not even top 10. Let's be real.
Oh no! His discog is good.
Top 10 current. He's definitely.
No, I'm talking mainstream. He's not top 10.
He's not.
Freddie Gibbs is not top 10.
Yeah, I hear that. Mainstream, he's not top 10. Yeah, he's not top 10.
He's
I
not.
hear that mainstream.
Like
he's not. To be honest, you ask like your casual hip hop listener.
For hip hop heads,
they're not gonna. Yeah, they're not
for
gonna
hip hop
even
heads,
say that.
yeah,
Freddie's
he's
in
up
the top
there,
10.
but
No
you're
way.
not, you're not bringing him in.
Look, Freddie's doing Freddie's hunting big game. That's what it is. You know what I mean? He's like he's seen an opportunity. He's put the bait out there. I'm not sure Cole will respond. We might get a subliminal or something like that, but he's taking the chance, isn't it? He's trying to grasp on an opportunity. I think.
I don't think this is a wise decision from Freddie. Like it's becoming like a thing where it's a bit like Freddie's just picking battles for no reason now that he doesn't really want to fight. Just to see what happens.
It's gonna sound like Joey if he disses. It's true. It sounds desperate.
But I'm with. I think I don't know if I've misunderstood you. Correct me, Neil. I think that because I'm seeing this narrative that like Cole has to battle someone to kind of get back in the good graces of the wider fan base. For me, he just needs to make a great album and like a hit record, like you say. And people like we know how fickle people are. I don't think he necessarily needs to engage with someone like that. But like I say, if he does, as long as it's real, then I think he stands a chance against near enough anyone. You know,
look how we're all reacting to this Cloud song. Like he's not beefing nobody. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I think the whole critic against him is stupid. I think it'll make so much sense if someone that he doesn't like or doesn't fuck with went at him and he backed out. Then he'd be like, "Oh, you're a pussy because someone that you don't like went at you and you just stepped away." But in the circumstances that we all know happen, it's nothing, man. Just everyone, you guys are hyping something that's so minor. But yeah, Cole doesn't need to engage with this shit. I
have a question about Cole's ability right now to penetrate like mainstream rap fans, because I feel like that might delete later didn't, probably just because of the context, because there were bangers on that. The one with Drake, that one was big, right? But when has Cole had a solo track that's been like big?
This should be it. I mean,
Big,
if
big.
we can talk about Cole tracks that could be big, this should be the track that's getting big. But I don't know if this track is hitting the right
I don't know
audiences
if
at
it's
the
commercial
moment.
enough. He's
Nah,
buying.
it's not going
Studio
to. When you say big, you're talking like not like us, like
No,
Just not big.
that's
Yeah,
like
like-
popular big. I'm talking big in the
'Cause-
like. More people should be talking about how crazy this is, and I'm not seeing enough people talk about how crazy.
But this is what I'm saying is like he's like this the way things have panned out. People are like obviously I've raised the point. Don't get me wrong, and I'm being honest. Like when I hear some of those bars in the first verse, I guess it is more from a place of like how are others going to react to this, and then like I say, the sort of the response that I'm seeing, people are just getting caught up on that. Every time J. Cole talks about either how good of a rapper he is or how he murders other rappers in whatever capacity, that's what people stick on now. It's a real tricky spot he's in that
problem.
sense. But listen, the thing is, J. Cole's so established that his fans will rock with him. He's a massive artist, relatively speaking. And I think that if the fall off ends up being what he's sort of teasing it to be, he'll like I've said, I think he'll get back in the good graces of everyone. But what you in answer to your question, Kieran, I don't think Cole's ever had a solo hit on that level. No, like
No,
yeah.
I feel like no role models was.
true.
Yeah, but it's like I hear Not Like Us kind of almost everywhere in like many different settings. I've heard like multiple Drake records everywhere. I've never heard a Cole record like
There's
that.
the element of selling out there, right? That
It doesn't matter,
that
though. I
J.
don't-
Cole
it doesn't
hasn't
matter to
done
me.
in a long time, where he
What's that,
hasn't
sorry?
tried to hit that audience in a long time.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
But to me that's like it's not important anyway. That doesn't matter for me personally. But
Someone was saying he needs a hit though. Didn't someone say that?
no. I think we were saying I don't know. We spoke about the hit. I guess to clarify what I was trying to say is I think that if he does have a hit, people will kind of forget about all this shit. Do you know what I mean? They'll just be this will be the new big song, and they won't care so much about the apology and the way he's talking on raps and things like that. Because that's the way
This song's took me past that.
people are.
I'm not focused on that anymore. I'm back in for the next project. I don't think this song will appear on the next project just because of how it was presented to us.
Yeah, it
I
felt
think
like
the
a
album's
Lucy.
done and dusted.
Yeah.
I think the album's sat on a USB somewhere or in the cloud somewhere.
I think this is
He's
some
not
of his
ch-
best
he's not
vocals,
touching
singing vocals as well, like the harmonies. I think
Yeah, for
that,
sure.
like, this sounds quite incredible actually, the way he's done this one. And there's a couple of bars in here, like there's a flip on Sandra Bullock and Speed. That one.
Yes.
got me hyped.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
one got me
Towards the beginning, I was
Yeah.
gassed.
I love that film as well. So I was like,
Oh, Speed
yes.
is mate. Oh, it's an amazing. film.
Gassed.
Yeah.
Yes. Fucking so many.
And even like the choice of
excellent.
wording is quite. Cole's always been quite good at this. I've found like the first line. What is it? I'm that bass in your trunk, the bullet that hit Trump. It's like,
Yeah.
the
That
bullet that
mistrumped.
missed Trump. Sorry,
Mhm.
whatever. Like, it was like I don't know. It just sounds good. It just sounds really good. That,
Disgusting bars.
yeah. Do you know what? Something like talk just while we're on Cole and the fall off and that. Do you know what I want to hear a bit more from Cole? What he used to do. I know we're going to talk about him more. We've got an episode planned, but Cole used to be a little bit more conceptual with some tracks. He used to do things like
Yep.
Lost Ones, and I know there's Lights Please early days and that. But what was the other one I was thinking that I
Dreams?
heard
Wet
recently?
Dreams, obviously.
No, not Wet Dreams. I'm talking about Dreams where he talks about
But
stalking
Wet
a
Dreams
girl.
is definitely in there, though.
And even
Oh
some
my
of the
God.
storytelling, like Neighbours and
Neighbours,
Neighbours
yeah.
is good. Neighbours is good.
Yeah.
I want to hear a bit more of that.
Or like even Window Outro. I like that from KOD. I've always loved that song.
Oh yeah, that KOD album's actually quite good, if I
Yeah,
remember
it is.
correctly.
It
Yeah,
is.
that Money Counter song as well.
Oh,
and,
ATM.
Kevin's
Oh, yeah,
Heart,
yeah,
all those
that's
kind of
not-
songs. If J. Cole comes out with a project not similar to that, but in the same vein as those songs that Sean's just mentioned and Neil has mentioned, I think he'll be into a good thing because that is the current listenership. People want songs that they can kind of relate to and enjoy in that way.
But that was only his only real conceptual album, really, like where he had a proper focus that he was, whether or not it was executed flawlessly or not, is up
What
for
about
debate.
For Your
But that
Eyes
was
Only?
For Your Eyes
Yes.
Only. Yeah, to an extent. Yeah. That one felt more like a necessary passion project. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's still elements to that where I'm like, I don't think it's meant for us. It was clearly for a person, and some of it's But I think with that one, he was really tapping into like what was going on at that time and sort of predicting the future. And not every track works, but I tell you what, for the people that say that J. Cole is surface level as well, listen to his verse on Brackets.
Oh no, Brackets is fire. Brackets is man.
That is a crazy.
I don't
verse.
understand that surface level stuff. Man.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah,
Because
I really don't get
what's
it.
like Lil Uzi Vert then if J. Cole's surface level? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a spectrum in it. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's Billy Woods or something, but at the same time, if we're talking again mainstream artists, there's a lot more substance to J. Cole's music than most other artists in that realm. So, yeah, it's a great song. In summary,
100%.
definitely check out Clouds if you haven't. Hey, this is Sean, and thanks for listening to another episode of The Grey Area. Are you an upcoming artist, critic, journalist, or content creator? Hit us up on our Discord or in our YouTube comments if you want to share new music, take part in an interview, or are interested in collaborating. Links to these can be found in the show notes. Take care.